Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're plunging into a really dynamic space, the global consulting CRM software market. We've pulled together the latest insights from cognitive market research just to give you a clear, concise understanding of where this industry is headed and why it matters to you.
Definitely.
The numbers we're about to unpack, well, they really underscore the immense momentum here. It's growing at a quite impressive pace.
Yeah, what's really noteworthy is just how significant this expansion is. I mean, we're looking at a global market valued at, let's see, $10.35 billion just back in 2021.
Okay, 2021.
Right. Which then surged to $15.83 billion last year in 2025.
Wow, quite a jump already.
Exactly. And the projections are even more striking. We're talking nearing $37 billion by 2033.
37 billion.
Which demonstrates an overall compound annual growth rate, or CAGR, of 11.2%.
That's a powerful upward trajectory. So, okay, what does this level of growth actually signify? Our mission today really is to understand the core forces driving this expansion and, pinpoint where these technological shifts are making the most profound impact across the globe.
Right. And if we connect this to the sort of bigger picture, this rapid growth is fundamentally fueled by consulting firms. Their increasing reliance on intelligent, cloud-based CRM tools.
Okay.
Think of it as moving from maybe clunky spreadsheets to integrated, smarter systems.
Makes sense.
Yeah, these tools are becoming, well, indispensable for streamlining everything from initial client outreach, ongoing engagement, automating sales processes, and crucially, enhancing that data-driven decision-making.
Right, which is key.
Absolutely critical for modern consulting firms aiming for efficiency and, that competitive edge.
Okay, so let's unpack this growth globally then. North America, you mentioned, has clearly established itself as a leader, but the spread of this growth, that reveals some fascinating trends too, right?
That's right. North America is projected to reach over $11 billion by 2033.
11 billion.
Yeah, up significantly from around $3.3 billion in 2021. So it's maintaining a strong 10.9% CAGR. And the United States, well, it continues to be the dominant force within the region.
No surprise there, perhaps.
Not really. But what's interesting isn't just the sheer scale. It's the consistent, robust adoption of advanced CRM solutions across the entire North American market.
Sure.
It really signals a broad digital transformation within consulting there.
Okay, so from North America's dominance, let's pivot. Let's go across the pond to Europe. What's the story emerging from the market dynamics there?
Europe is also anticipating robust growth. The forecast is a jump from roughly $2.5 billion in 2021 to nearly $8.9 billion by 2033.
Also very strong growth.
Very strong. Key countries like Germany, the UK, France, they're certainly leading the charge in terms of market size. But what's particularly insightful, I think, is the remarkably high CAGRs we see in some of the, let's call them, niche consulting hubs.
Oh, interesting. Like where?
Like Luxembourg, which is projected at 13% CAGR, and other specialized areas grouped as the rest of Europe are showing 16.3%. Really high numbers.
Wow, 16.3%. That's a fascinating observation about those smaller niche hubs. What does that tell us about the evolving landscape of consulting in Europe? Is it maybe leaning towards more specialized, agile firms, not just the traditional giants?
Precisely. I think that's exactly what it suggests. These high-cut GRs in niche markets point to a trend where maybe specialized boutiques, agile firms, they're often unburdened by legacy systems, right?
Yeah.
So they can rapidly adopt advanced CRM to carve out market share.
Makes sense. They can move faster.
Exactly. They're often focusing on high-value specific industries, leveraging these tools to deliver, hyper-tailored services more efficiently. It's a sign of market maturation, I think, and diversification.
Interesting. Okay, and what about the dynamic and rapidly developing Asia-Pacific region? Are we seeing similar drivers there or perhaps some unique accelerants?
Asia-Pacific is indeed another really rapidly growing region. It's forecasted to reach nearly $6.8 billion by 2033. That's up from around $1.8 billion in 2021. So significant growth. This growth is backed by major economies, of course, like China and India, both showing impressive KGRs.
Right.
But it's actually some of the smaller, fast-growing markets like Taiwan that truly stand out.
Yeah.
Taiwan's projected CAGR is 13.6%.
13.6, the highest so far.
One of the highest, yeah. It indicates a broader regional digital transformation. Firms are quickly embracing modern CRM, really, just to keep pace with rapid economic development and, frankly, increasing client sophistication.
Right. The clients expect more.
They do.
So it really sounds like this isn't just a phenomenon in, say, North America or Europe, the established markets, it's genuinely a global transformation. Where else are we seeing significant momentum for consulting CRM?
Absolutely, it's global. South America, for instance, is set to cross $4.3 billion by 2033. Brazil and Argentina are leading the way there, largely driven by a growing demand for streamlined client operations. Then, the Middle East. It's also becoming a real hotbed for CRM digital transformation. The market there is projected to hit over $3 billion by 2033.
3 billion in the Middle East.
Yeah. Saudi Arabia, UAE, Qatar, they're all showing very strong growth, each boasting KGRs over 12%. And this really reflects a region's overall push towards diversifying economies and, investing heavily in digital infrastructure.
Makes sense. And finally, what's a picture like on the African continent? Are there unique factors driving CRM adoption there?
Africa is definitely on the rise. Its market is expected to reach over $2.6 billion by 2033.
Okay, 2.6 billion.
Yeah. And this growth is driven significantly by South Africa and Nigeria. They're boasting KGRs of 12.8% and 12.7% respectively.
Also very strong numbers.
They're very strong. And what's crucial here, I think, is that many consulting firms in these emerging markets are kind of leapfrogging older technologies entirely.
Skipping steps.
Exactly. They're jumping straight to modern SaaS-based CRM systems, cloud first. And this isn't just about achieving better operational efficiency, though that's part of it. It's really about building foundational digital infrastructure from the ground up, which enables them to compete more effectively, maybe even on a global scale.
Right, leveling the playing field somewhat.
In a way, yes.
Okay, fascinating. So let's connect these market trends now to the broader implications for the consulting world itself. What does all this mean for the big picture of how consulting actually operates day to day?
Well, overall, what's really crucial here is that the consulting CRM software market is thriving across all global regions. And the underlying reasons are remarkably consistent, which is interesting in itself. We're seeing a widespread digital-first approach taking hold in consulting practices, not just in tech firms, but across the board. There's increasing investment in advanced analytics and AI-powered CRM features. We're moving beyond simple contact management now.
Towards predictive insights, personalization.
This exactly. Predictive insights, hyper-personalization, and fundamentally, there's just a clear universal shift toward more automated and data-driven client management tools. This isn't just about efficiency gains, though those are important. It's about fundamentally reshaping the client-consultant relationship itself.
What an insightful deep dive. I mean, this is a market that's truly redefining how consulting operates. From North America to Africa, the numbers, the strategic shifts, they clearly show this global pivot towards smarter, more efficient, and as you said, deeply data-driven client relationships, all powered by CRM software.
Absolutely. And this, it raises an important question maybe for you listening to consider. As CRM technology continues its rapid evolution, moving towards deeper AI integration, even more predictive capabilities, how might this fundamentally change what it means to be a consultant in the very near future? And thinking about it from the client side, what kind of hyper-personalized, data-powered client experiences can we all expect as a result? Something to think about for a moment as you go about your day. Okay, so there's just a ton of information out there, right? Everywhere you look, another article, another report, it's easy to get lost.
Absolutely. Information overload is real.
Exactly. That's where we come in with a deep dive. We do the digging for you, find the crucial stuff, and basically give you the shortcut to getting smart on a topic fast.
Cutting through the noise.
Precisely. And today, we're diving into something pretty significant in the business world, consulting CRM software. It's booming.
It really is. The growth numbers are quite something.
Yeah, and our main map for this journey is a report from Cognitive Market Research called Consulting CRM Software, Growth, Challenges, and Future Trends.
A solid source. We'll be looking closely at that.
Our mission, really, is to unpack why this market is growing so fast, what the real advantages are for firms using this software, but also what are the roadblocks, the challenges.
Right. It's never just smooth sailing.
And then we'll look ahead, try to see what's coming next, the emerging trends. So think of this as your quick but hopefully deep understanding of a really key piece of modern business tech.
Sounds good. Where should we start? The growth itself.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
The report makes it clear this isn't just like incremental growth. It's substantial. What's the core reason why consulting firms are jumping on the CRM bandwagon now?
Well, it's It's a fundamental shift. Firms are realizing that just doing projects isn't enough anymore. They need to build real long-term relationships.
So less transactional, more relational.
Exactly. It's about nurturing that client connection over time. That's seen as the key to sustainable growth, not just one-off deals. It's a whole different mindset.
Okay, that makes sense. But the report also mentions customer engagement and data personalization as key factors now. Why the urgency? What changed?
I think it boils down to competition and client expectations. The consulting space is crowded,
Right.
and clients, they expect you to know them, to anticipate their needs, to provide really tailored service. They don't want generic solutions.
So the CRM becomes the tool to actually deliver that personalized experience at scale.
Precisely. It helps manage all those complex interactions, make sure communication is streamlined, that the service feels bespoke. Every touch point has to be smart. It's about proactively shaping that client journey.
And it goes beyond just managing the relationship, doesn't it? The source talks about really practical features built in, like automated follow-ups,
Yeah.
lead tracking, even generating proposals.
Oh, absolutely. Those features are critical. Think automated follow-up, sophisticated lead tracking, proposal generation tools, task management. It's a whole suite.
That sounds like it takes a huge load off the consultants themselves. Is that the main impact? Reducing admin?
That's a big part of it, yeah. Reducing the administrative workload is massive. But it's more than that. These aren't just efficiency tools. They're designed to accelerate the sales pipeline.
Okay. So less time on admin means more time closing deals
Oh.
or doing billable work.
Both, really. If you're not bogged down manually tracking leads or scheduling follow-ups, you can focus on strategy, on client work, on bringing in new business. It directly impacts the bottom line efficiency and revenue.
Now, you mentioned integration earlier. The report stresses this idea of CRM systems talking to other platforms, project management, billing, analytics. How big a deal is that really?
It's potentially transformative, honestly. When these systems are seamlessly integrated, it changes how firms operate day to day.
Okay, transformative how? What's the most surprising benefit the report points out?
Well, the most surprising thing for many is probably the ability to make decisions in real time across the entire client lifecycle, not just within sales or just within project delivery.
Okay, so no more data silos.
Exactly. Instead of looking at project data separately from sales data, you get this unified view. You can spot if a project might go over budget much earlier, or you see an opportunity to upsell based on current engagement right then and there. It creates real operational cohesion, agility.
That sounds incredibly powerful. But of course, there's always the other side of the coin. The report doesn't shy away from the challenges holding back adoption. What's the biggest hurdle firms hit?
Yeah, the hurdles are significant. Often the first one they run into is cost, and not just the sticker price of a software license.
There's always more to it.
Always. It's the customization needed to make it fit their specific way of working. Consulting firms aren't all the same. And then there's the training, getting everyone up to speed, using it effectively. That's a major investment, especially for smaller practices. It can be a real barrier.
And it's not just financial cost, right? The report brings up data privacy and confidentiality. That feels particularly sharp in consulting.
Oh, absolutely critical. Maybe more so than in many other industries. Consultants handle incredibly sensitive strategic information for their clients.
Yeah, trade secrets, future
Yeah.
plans.
All of it. So the CRM has to be absolutely secure. You're talking compliance with things like GDPR, maybe HIPAA, depending on the client, other strict regulations. A breach isn't just an IT problem. It's potentially catastrophic for client trust. Reputation is everything.
Makes sense. So you got cost, you got security. What about the people using it? The report mentions internal resistance. Is that just people not liking change?
It's often framed that way, but it's a bit deeper. People get comfortable with their existing tools, even if they're clunky spreadsheets or old databases. They know them.
The devil you know.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
So introducing a complex new CRM, even if it's ultimately better, faces resistance. People might stick to old habits, which leads to low utilization. And if people aren't really using the CRM properly...
And the whole investment is kind of wasted. You don't get the ROI.
Exactly. You lose all these benefits we just talked about. Overcoming that human element, that resistance, is often the toughest part. It takes real change management.
Okay, so despite those challenges, the market is growing and evolving. Let's shift to the future. The report points to some exciting trends. AI-driven CRM is one.
Yeah.
What does that actually do for a consultant?
AI and CRM is, it's moving beyond just organizing data. It's about intelligence. Think predictive analytics.
Okay, like predicting what?
Predicting client needs before they even articulate them, identifying which clients might be at risk of leaving or which ones are prime for an upsell opportunity based on their behavior patterns. It can even provide intelligent recommendations for the next best action for a consultant to take.
Wow, so it's like having a strategic assistant built into the software.
Sort of, yeah. It helps make the service much more proactive, much higher quality. It's about anticipating, not just reacting.
That sounds like a genuine game changer. And what about accessibility? Consulting teams are often spread out, traveling. The report mentions mobile-first, cloud-enabled platforms are rising.
That's almost a necessity now, isn't it? With hybrid work, constant travel. Consultants need access anywhere, anytime. These mobile-first cloud platforms give them that flexibility. Update notes from the airport, check client history right before walking into a meeting, log activity from the client's site. It keeps everything flowing, keeps the team responsive no matter where they are.
Yeah, you can see how vital that would be. And finally, there's this trend towards niche industry-specific CRMs. So not just a generic CRM, but one tailored for, say, financial consulting or IT consulting.
Exactly. We're seeing solutions built specifically for financial advisors or IT services firms or HR consultants, management consultants.
Why is that better for like a specialized boutique firm? Wouldn't a big general CRM have more features?
It might have more features, but maybe not the right ones, or they're not set up intuitively for that specific industry's workflow. A niche CRM speaks their language.
Ah,
It uses the terminology they use, tracks the metrics that matter most to them, follows their typical processes. This makes deployment much faster, and crucially, user adoption tends to be way higher because it just fits better with how they already work. It feels natural, not like something forced upon them.
so it avoids some of that resistance we talked about earlier.
It can definitely help, yes. It lowers the barrier to entry and makes the value proposition clearer, quicker.
Okay, so that brings us pretty much full circle. We've seen the massive growth driven by this shift to client relationship.
And the real operational benefits from automation and integration.
Right, but also wrestled with the big challenges, the costs, the critical need for data privacy, and that human element of actually getting people to use the tools.
And then looked ahead at where things are going smarter. AI, essential mobile access, and these really tailored niche solutions.
Exactly. So hopefully for you listening, understanding these dynamics gives you that shortcut, that clear picture of a really important shift happening in consulting and business technology.
It's definitely a space to watch, and maybe something to reflect on is this. As the AI gets smarter, as these integrations become seamless, and the CRMs become almost predictive partners, what does that ultimately mean for the human consultant's role in the client relationship? How does it change the nature of trust and strategic partnership when the machine knows so much?
It's a deep question. How much is tech-enabled and how much remains uniquely human?
Something to ponder, food for thought as you dive deeper yourself.